Hello everybody and welcome into today's edition of Last Call. The show is writing itself. UIndy sports over the weekend, pretty phenomenal. We're going to start with UIndy football. I've got Derrick here, the wide receiver for UIndy, leads the team in all major categories. He's also the GLVC Offensive Player of the Week. Scored 2 touchdowns over the weekend. A big reason why UIndy beat Truman State 28-14. A great win. Walk me through kind of the adversity you guys had to go through. Started down 14, came back and scored those 28 unanswered.
Being down 14 was obviously a tough task. It's nothing that our team hasn't done before. We've been down to pretty good teams. We just gotta, we gotta keep going. Our coach, talked to us in the locker room, and it's like nothing new. We haven't not done that before, so we just gotta keep going.
What was that conversation like with Coach in the locker room at halftime that really got you guys fired up? Because the next drive coming out was a 5-play touchdown drive.
Really was just knowing we gotta play our game. We can't go out there and do anything different. We gotta stick to what we know. We knew we had to run the ball. We knew we had to, do our assignments of blocking and different stuff like that. But we just knew we had to keep going. We already knew down 14 wasn't too big for us to come back from.
What do you think the biggest change was at halftime going in the second half, whether it be for what you guys did offensively or what you saw from the defense?
I feel like there wasn't a lot of changes that we did in terms of scheme or anything like that. We knew we had to come play our game, and the first half wasn't who we are as a team. We knew that, when we came out, we had to be on fire. We had to hit the ground running, and we couldn't waste any time.
So you specifically lined up at wide receiver. What were the biggest challenges that you faced, especially in that first half where it was kind of a slow start for the team?
Really just the snow being on the ground. It was slick. Gloves being wet. It was tough at times. Just try to dry my hands off as much as possible. Just try to focus on ball security, different stuff like that. Just being focused on those little things because, those things change the game.
So when you're going into the game, the winner wins the GLVC title, and you get a shot at the playoffs. What was the mentality like for you guys? Was it more of a nervous kind of setup? What was the mentality going into the game and through that pregame warm-up?
It was definitely knowing we had to come out and execute. It was like kind of all over nothing, So if you win the conference, you go into the playoffs. If you don't, you go home with no ring at all, So we knew what we had to do. Truman's a really good team, but we knew we had what it took to beat them.
It's your second time being on this team with that GLVC title. What is kind of the difference between this year and in that spring season, kind of how you guys found that success compared to maybe last year where it wasn't as much of a successful year?
So, we already knew that, a lot of the younger guys that were, younger on that team was going to have to take a bigger role in the team this year. In both of those championships, we had to beat Truman to win them. Just different stuff like that. Like when, we came up into being as juniors and seniors, we know we got to take a bigger role in the team. We had to go to work in the summer, different stuff like that.
So you've got the playoffs coming up. Walk me through yesterday, 5 o'clock, the selection show comes on. Were you guys all watching it together? What was that like, and what was your reaction to seeing that Pittsburgh State's going to be the team you drive to?
We were all in the team room together watching it, and everybody had their phones out recording different stuff like that. We were all excited. For me, it's my first time going to the playoffs here, at UIndy. We were so excited to be able to get to that point or in our careers where we're getting opportunities to go to national championships and different things like that. It's just really exciting. We love the opportunity to be able to go show who we are.
Yeah, I love that. Coming into this season, you've got a lot of new additions to the wide receiver room, and there's a lot of players that are very good in that room with you. Obviously, you're the leader of it. You lead the team in all the categories, and you're the unquestioned number one. But what has it been like this year kind of trying to spread some of that workload where it's not just one guy getting all the catches? You guys all collectively as a unit are performing really well. What's that been like?
Honestly, our coaches do a really good job at spreading stuff out, getting people different looks, and getting the ball who they want, who they think can make plays. They do a really good job at it. They run the ball a lot, but we also throw the ball as well too. I feel like they're doing a really good job at evening it out and getting whoever when they want to make plays the ball.
Most of the football players that I interview tower over me, but we're about the same height. What's that like for you? You're out there on the field. You're one of the smaller guys, but obviously one of the fastest guys, and you find success. What's that like for you not being that giant physical specimen?
Honestly, it's just knowing what you have, knowing what you can do, trusting yourself, trusting your abilities. I've never been the tallest guy ever, even all the way from Little League all the way to now. It's just trusting what I have, trusting my trainer, trusting my coaches, different things like that. I know they're going to put me in a position to make plays and just try to trust them and do what I can do.
Yeah, true inspiration for those guys. Maybe myself 10 years ago, the smaller guys, seeing that there is success in smaller football players. So kudos to you. And a great win over the weekend. Wish you the best coming up in this upcoming weekend, and I hope that you keep playing the next few weeks after that. Good luck chasing that national title.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. More next here on Last Call.